Let's get ready to go on a night out and cover some tips on how to avoid makeup going cakey. First tip would definitely be to start with a clean face, so I'm just going over with a cotton pad and some micellar water. I always like to start with a moisturiser. If anyone's got any advice on a good moisturiser for acne prone skin, please do let me know. A few people have told me I shouldn't be using this, so if anyone's got any advice, let me know. Next I'm taking a nice moisturising primer. This is the Primark Vitamin Enriched Moisturising Primer. It's the dupe for the Bobbi Brown face base. You want to start with a really nice, healthy, glowy base to avoid the cakiness. Now, depending on your skin type, I would recommend avoiding matte foundations. I'm using a mixture of the Dream Radiant Liquid and the Dream Urban Couple from Maybelline. Next, I'm taking a damp sponge. This is the Coco Cosmetics by Chloe Marshmallow Sponge to blend that out. I do like using a brush as well, find it gives better coverage, but if you're trying to avoid the cakiness, this is the easiest way to sort of get a more flawless and less cakey base. Don't get me wrong, some matte foundations can be great, but sometimes they can be a bit dry and then end up looking cakey. I also avoid blending my foundation right underneath my eyes because concealer's going to go there anyway, so it's just an extra layer we don't need. Just going to pop some Juvia's Place Magic Concealer under my eyes and any places I wanted to conceal. This concealer is really nice and not cakey. It's very like full coverage, but it's not thick. I like to pop a little bit of lighter concealer just in the inner corner and just at the edge of my eye to highlight, but this is an optional step. This is Lasting Perfection in shade 2. Okay, the next step is key. Leave your concealer to dry down for a minute or two just so you get the optimum coverage from your first layer of concealer and you don't need to keep layering on top because that'll make it look more cakey. I like to blend my concealer out using a brush. I just find it gives the best coverage, but if you want to use the sponge you use for foundation, that's absolutely fine. I just need that extra bit of coverage. I like to use cream products for contour, just personal preference, and if you're going to use cream contour, I'd apply it with the brush you're going to blend it out with. It makes it a lot easier to blend and therefore less cakey. For my cream contour, I've just used a darker shading concealer to add a bit of coverage at the same time, which avoids the step of spot concealing on top as well. Taking Mitchell Melon Sorbet for blush, and again applying that with the brush, so just putting it on my hand and then blending it out with the brush on my face, just so that it blends a bit easier and looks less cakey. Time for my favourite part, powder. I'm just taking the RCMA No Colour powder. This is a very light powder and like it says in the name, there's no colour to it, so you're not going to get any cast or anything like that from the powder, and you shouldn't be able to see it on your face. It should just literally just set the makeup. With that powder I just tend to set my under eyes and my T-zone because the bronzer and the blusher I use afterwards set the other areas of my face. For bronzer I'm using my favourite BTB Beach bronzer. I'm just tapping that in, not swiping it, so it doesn't disturb any of the makeup underneath. Mirai Atomic Tangerine blush, BTB Ethereal Gloss, some setting spray, and we're done.